10 Fun Facts About Superman in the Zack Snyder Universe. From a digitally darkened suit to a fully invented Kryptonian language, the Superman films in Zack Snyder's universe are packed with details most fans never noticed. Whether it's Henry Cavill's no steroids training or the controversial ending of Man of Steel, here are 10 fascinating facts that reveal the hidden layers behind the cape. Superman's suit was blue, but digitally altered. When you think of Superman, you think of that bold blue suit, right? Well, in Man of Steel, Henry Cavill's costume was actually way brighter during filming, almost comic book vibrant. But director Zack Snyder had a different vision. He wanted a more grounded, gritty tone for the film. So in post-production, they digitally toned down the color of the suit. The result, a darker, more muted blue that fit the serious, emotional atmosphere of the story. It's the same suit, just seen through a different lens. It's a subtle detail, but it helped redefine Superman for a new generation. The Jesus symbolism was intentional. Ever noticed the Jesus-like imagery in Man of Steel? That wasn't accidental, it was completely deliberate. Director Zack Snyder infused the film with strong religious symbolism. Superman is 33 years old in the movie, the same age Jesus was during the crucifixion. There's even a scene where Clark seeks advice inside a church, with a stained glass image of Christ right behind him. And when Superman surrenders himself to save humanity, it mirrors sacrificial themes from the Bible. Snyder said this was all done to present Superman as a modern messiah, struggling with power, purpose, and responsibility. So next time you watch Man of Steel, look deeper. It's not just a superhero movie. It's a mythological narrative in tights. Man of Steel's Kryptonian language was invented from scratch. You might think the symbols and writing in Man of Steel were just random alien designs, but they weren't. In fact, the Kryptonian language seen throughout the film was completely invented by a real linguist, Dr. Christine. She didn't just make up a few symbols. She created an entire writing system, complete with rules, structure, and even phonetics. Every glyph you see on the walls, costumes, and ships actually means something. It's not gibberish. It's a functional language. Schreier based it on ancient languages like Inuktitut and adapted it to match Krypton's culture as imagined by Zack Snyder. So, every time you see Kryptonian writing in the film, know that it's not decoration. It's a hidden layer of storytelling, written in a language no one had ever spoken. Until Man of Steel? Man of Steel's ending was highly controversial when Man of Steel hit theaters. Fans were shocked by the ending. Superman, the ultimate symbol of hope, kills General Zod. It was brutal, emotional, and completely unexpected. For some, it crossed a line. Superman isn't supposed to kill, but for director Zack Snyder, it was a defining moment. He said the scene was meant to show the emotional weight of violence. It wasn't about power, it was about pain. Kal-El was forced to make an impossible choice, and it scarred him. It wasn't just a plot twist. It was the birth of Superman's moral code. The vow, never again. Love it or hate it, that ending made one thing clear. This Superman was human, and his journey had only just begun. Henry Cavill was cast without a shirt. Did you know that Henry Cavill landed the role of Superman without even wearing the costume? During his audition for Man of Steel, director Zack Snyder made an unusual request. He asked Cavill to do the screen test, shirtless. Why? Snyder wanted to make sure Cavill had the real physique to portray the Man of Steel. No padding, no CGI, just pure training. Cavill later said it was the most nerve-wracking audition of his life. Imagine standing shirtless, under bright lights, in front of producers, trying to prove you are Superman. But he pulled it off. His physical dedication and confidence impressed Snyder. And just like that, he became the next Superman. So the next time you see him fly across the screen, remember, it all started without a shirt. Henry Cavill was almost Superman years earlier, before Man of Steel ever took flight. Henry Cavill almost wore the cape in another Superman movie. Back in the early 2000s, J.J. Abrams wrote a script called Superman, Flyby. It was a very different version of the story, and Cavill was one of the top contenders to play the Man of Steel. But the project was cancelled before filming began, and Cavill missed his shot. Or so it seemed. Fast forward to 2013. Man of Steel finally hits theaters, and Cavill becomes Superman for an entire generation. Sometimes, destiny just takes a little detour. Cavill's mustache drama sparked an internet storm during the Justice League reshoots. Henry Cavill had a problem. He was filming Mission Impossible Fallout at the same time, and his contract wouldn't let him shave his mustache. So, instead of asking Paramount to allow a quick shave, Warner Brothers used CGI to remove it in post-production. The result? A strange-looking upper lip that fans immediately spotted, and it became an instant meme. The mustache removal cost millions, and left us with one of the most infamous CGI fails in superhero history. Sometimes, facial hair can be more powerful than kryptonite. Cavill refused to use steroids for the role of Superman. When Henry Cavill took on the role of Superman, he made one thing very clear: no steroids. While many actors might take shortcuts to achieve a superhero physique, Cavill wanted his transformation to be 100% real. He trained for months under intense physical regimes, lifting, running, eating with precision, all without performance-enhancing drugs. Why? Because he wanted fans to see that it's possible to build strength and discipline naturally. He believed Superman should represent honest, hard work, not just powers from another planet. And when you see him on screen in Man of Steel, those muscles, they're earned. Every rep, every drop of sweat. Cavill didn't just play Superman, he lived the part, proving that real heroes put in real effort. Cavill kept missing the call that he got the role. Imagine this. You're about to be cast as Superman, but you keep missing the call of a lifetime. That's exactly what happened to Henry Cavill. While he was playing World of Warcraft, Cavill ignored multiple phone calls, including one from Zack Snyder himself. Why? He didn't recognize the number. And he was in the middle of a dungeon raid. By the time he finally checked his phone, he had several missed calls, and a message saying he was officially cast as Superman. So yes, Superman almost didn't answer the call. Because he was saving another world. Talk about a true gamer hero. Zack Snyder's Justice League restored Superman's black suit in the 2021 Zack Snyder's Justice League. Fans finally saw something they'd been waiting for. Superman's iconic black regeneration suit. Originally worn in the comics, after his resurrection, the suit symbolizes rebirth, strength, and evolution. But in the 2017 theatrical cut, this black suit was completely removed, replaced with the traditional red and blue look. Snyder had planned the black suit all along, and when given creative control again, he brought it back in full cinematic glory. For many fans, it wasn't just a wardrobe change. It was a powerful symbol of Superman's return and transformation. Got a favorite Superman moment? Drop it in the comments, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden facts from your favorite heroes.